have some shocking news that could impact your wallet. Inflation might be down, but don't let that fool you. Prices of common household items are on the rise. A perfect storm of supply chain issues, shortages, and slower production has set the stage for a wave of price increases. Stick around to find out which 7 household items are about to get more expensive. Number 1. Household cleaning products. The cost of these household cleaning products has been on the rise lately, and not just a small increase. We're talking double digits. In the past few months alone, the prices have shot up by a significant amount. And here's the kicker, it's not stopping there. Experts are predicting that these prices will rise even more in the near future. So, what's causing this sudden surge in prices? One of the major culprits is rising packaging costs. Think about it. Those plastic bottles and containers that hold your cleaning liquids, they're made from materials like resin, which is used to make plastic. But right now, there's a shortage of this resin material all around the world. And when supply is low, but demand remains high, it's a recipe for higher prices. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds bad, but how does it affect me? Well, it's not just businesses that are feeling the impact. The ripple effect is reaching US households too. As these prices continue to climb, you might start noticing a difference in how much you're spending on your usual cleaning products. It's a bit like a chain reaction. The rising costs for manufacturers eventually get passed on to consumers like you and me. Number 2. Olives and pickles. You know those extreme weather events you've been hearing about in the news? Turns out they're not just affecting far-off places. They're having a direct impact on olive production. Olive trees, which need a stable climate to thrive, have been hit hard by unpredictable weather patterns. This has made it much harder for olive farms to produce a healthy yield of olives. And here's the kicker. The changing climate is making things even more complicated. The environment isn't as predictable as it used to be, which means that olive farmers are struggling to predict how well their crop will do from one year to the next. This uncertainty is wreaking havoc on the olive industry. So, what does all this mean for you and your grocery bill? Well, brace yourself for some price hikes. Experts are projecting that the cost of olives might go up by around 9%. This means that the olives you used to toss in your salads or garnish your dishes with might become a little more expensive. Number 3. Sauces. A whopping 15.5% surge in sauce prices is on the horizon, and sriracha is at the center of it all. What's causing this steep increase? Well, it all comes down to a key ingredient, chilies. These fiery peppers are a crucial component in sriracha's signature taste. Unfortunately, there's a shortage of these chilies, and that's sending shockwaves through the hot sauce industry. The scarcity of chilies is like a domino effect. Less supply of chilies means less production of sriracha, and less product on the shelves. And what happens when demand remains high? Prices shoot up. So, that bottle of sriracha you used to grab without thinking twice might now come with a much heftier price tag. In fact, desperate shoppers are willing to shell out as much as $130 for a bottle of sriracha. That's right, the demand for this beloved sauce is so high that some people are willing to pay a premium to have it on their tables. And unfortunately, the situation isn't showing signs of getting better anytime soon. Prices are predicted to continue their upward climb. Number 4. Coffee. Well, get ready to brace for impact, because the cost of your beloved morning pick-me-up is on the rise. And it's not just a minor uptick, we're talking about a substantial 15.8% price hike. So what's causing this jolt in coffee prices? 2 factors are at play here, a drought in Brazil and supply chain issues. Brazil is one of the world's major coffee producers, and when it's hit by a drought, it can lead to lower coffee bean yields. With less coffee available, the competition for these precious beans becomes fierce, and that can drive up prices. And let's not forget about the supply chain issues that have been making headlines recently. From shipping delays to distribution challenges, these issues are impacting many industries, including coffee. When it's harder to get coffee beans from producers to your local store or coffee shop, it can add extra costs to the process. Now, you might be wondering if there's any way to mitigate this coffee crisis. Well, instant coffee might be your wallet-friendly savior. While the price of roasted coffee is set to surge, the increase for instant coffee might be a bit more manageable, around 10.8%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's a more affordable choice for those who still need their caffeine fix without breaking the bank. Number 5. Frozen bakery products. Prices of frozen pies, tarts, and turnovers are forecasted to rise, and not just by a small margin. We're talking about the possibility of a substantial 17% increase. So why the sudden surge in prices? Several factors are converging to create this situation. Imagine the essential ingredients that go into making these delightful pastries. flour, sugar, butter, and frozen fruits. All of these components are facing tight supply conditions, which means there might not be enough to meet demand. A shortage of flour, sugar, butter, and frozen fruits can set off a chain reaction. When the availability of these key ingredients is limited, it becomes more challenging and expensive for manufacturers to produce these frozen treats. The process of sourcing these ingredients, processing them, and finally bringing the finished product to the shelves all comes with extra costs. Number 6. Household tools. The cost of essential tools is expected to climb by about 6.2%. It might not sound like much, but it can certainly add up when you consider the array of tools that DIY enthusiasts often use. So why are these prices going up? There are a few factors at play here. One of the main drivers is the broader economic landscape. Supply chain disruptions, increased costs of raw materials, and other factors have contributed to higher production costs for these tools. And as those costs increase, manufacturers often pass on the burden to consumers. From hammers to screwdrivers, flashlights to utility knives, these essential tools are all part of the equation. And while a 6.2% increase might not break the bank for a single item, if you're picking up multiple tools for different projects, the collective effect can be noticeable. Number 7. Cookware. Are you someone who enjoys spending time in the kitchen, creating mouth-watering dishes that satisfy your cravings? Well, here's a heads up. Your culinary adventures might become a little pricier. It turns out that the cost of cookware, those essential tools that help you create culinary magic, is on the rise. So if you've been eyeing that shiny new pan or a set of high-quality knives, you might want to consider making that purchase sooner rather than later. What's causing this increase in cookware prices, you ask? It's a combination of factors, but a major player is the rising cost of production. As supply chains face challenges and production costs tick upwards, those expenses are often passed on to the consumer. That's you. The result? Your favorite pots, pans, and kitchen gadgets might start to come with a slightly heftier price tag. But that's not all. Another factor contributing to this potential price hike is the upcoming holiday shopping season. As people gear up to buy gifts and prepare festive feasts, the demand for cookware tends to reach its peak. Manufacturers and retailers are well aware of this trend, and they might adjust their pricing to match the heightened demand. It's a classic case of supply and demand. As the demand rises, so might the prices. So, what kind of increases are we looking at? Well, it's not set in stone, but analysts suggest that cookware prices could potentially rise by anywhere from 7% to 23%. That's a range that might sound wide, but it reflects the complexity of the market dynamics at play. Your favorite skillet or cooking utensil might cost you a bit more than it did before, and this price increase could have an impact on your budget if you're not prepared. Shopping strategically could help you mitigate the impact of these potential price hikes. And remember, while the prospect of rising cookware prices might not be the most exciting news, the joy and satisfaction you get from creating delicious meals in your kitchen will likely remain as fulfilling as ever. So roll up your sleeves, get creative, and whip up those dishes that make your taste buds sing, even if the pots and pans cost a little more than they used to. There you have it, 7 household items that are about to take a toll on your wallet. From cleaning products to coffee, prepare to see these prices climb. If you've noticed these changes at your local stores, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next eye-opening video.